Okay, bestie, so today let's talk about something that nobody really teaches us, but it's such a confidence boost, and that is smooth and nice armpits. I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just obsessed with my armpits, but I have a few tips and tricks that I learned and I wanted to share, so in case anyone finds it useful. Let's start off with how I remove the texture and bumps for good. My main issue was like when I would shave, I would have those little like razor bumps on my armpits with like not the first day, but after that when they started growing. I really dislike that. The first thing I did, and this might not be for everyone, but I switched from shaving to waxing and laser. Let me explain. So you don't have to do the laser. I did last year at home like laser hair removal, but I would not take off the hair with the razor. I would do it with the wax. So for waxing I would use just the simplest like strips, like wax strips like this, like wheat or whatever brand you like, and I just like warm it up between my fingers and just wax my armpit. It's a huge game changer. Like I said, you don't have to do the laser if you do this because they do grow less even just with the wax, but if you want them gone for good, I got them gone for good last year, but I stopped doing the laser and they came back. Not as much as before, but still I don't like that they came back, so I don't really think I'm gonna be continuing with laser because you really need to be consistent with it, so I just stick to my waxing. For the at-home laser, this is what I do. I use this one. This is like Inza. I showed it in like my last video, and it's pretty good. I mean, it worked best on my armpits. Like it removed everything. Like I had literally zero hair, and it took me like 2 months to get rid of all of them. So if you're like prepping your armpit for summer, you might want to get it. I mean, it's good. It's not that expensive. It was like 60 euros with some sort of discount, but yeah, it was not that expensive. And then waxing as well, but like I said, if you want to do just the waxing, it's gonna be so much better than the razor. Razor leaves so many of those red bumps and makes your skin very irritated, and I think that is the #1 thing that made my armpits dark. So waxing, it's not hard. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Take a wax strip. I love to use either wheat or any cold wax strips that you can find in the drugstore. And this is my armpit before. As you can see, I still have some hair left, but most of them is gone. I like to take the strip and then section it off into smaller. So I like to use smaller sections because you can actually follow the growth of the hair and therefore remove more hair than you would with the bigger strip. So you cut the small piece and then you apply it in the direction of the hair growth, and then you pull in the opposite direction, and this is how it looks like. My armpits are pretty white here because I had some seltan on, and I guess it removed that. So if there are some hairs left, I like to take a tweezer and remove those as well. I really like to avoid razor as much as I can. To remove the excess wax, I like to go in with the butter. This really suits the area and also removes all the sticky parts as well, so I really like to apply this afterwards, just not too much, a little bit. So that was the step 1, is to get rid of any hair on your armpits. Step 2 is to exfoliate and brighten the armpit. So you know that little bit of like darker area on your armpits that usually shows up? I feel like that is from razor and irritation. But to get rid of that, what I did is I used glycolic acid. I used this one from Ordinary. So I used this one from Ordinary, and this is a glycolic acid, like a toner, I think, toning solution. This is a great thing for everything. Just look at the bottle, it's really big. I get like a little pad or like a cotton cloth, and then I put this on and then just like wipe my underarms, and it gets rid of discoloration so good. It fades away any darkness, any bumps. I used to do it 2 to 3 times a week. Now I don't really do it as much. I do it like once a week, and that's all. It keeps the skin very bright and very smooth without any like irritation, so I really love it. Also, it's kind of like a exfoliant, but not really an exfoliant, but like you don't want to be exfoliating your armpits because it's a very sensitive area, so you don't want to be like scrubbing and, you know, being very aggressive with it. So this just works perfect. I cannot tell you how much I love this. So after the step 2, after doing the exfoliation and brightening of the underarm, we want to take extra caution with our armpits. We want to give them some softness and we want to nourish it. So for aftercare, after I'm done with the laser or with waxing, what I like to do is I like to apply some aloe vera on my armpits. I don't know why I'm showing you, you know what it is. But I really love it, and I try to find the ones that are the most natural. This is the one I found, and I've been really liking this one. I don't know, it looks like this. Yeah, I use it for everything. This is my third one this year, and it's very calming on the armpits. It soothes and it gives you that nice smoothness as well. So it really calms the skin, it cools it down, especially after the laser. After the wax, it cools it down, and those like redness that appears after the waxing, this is what really soothes it, so your skin is not as irritated. If you want to go a step further to make it really like nice and cool, you can just keep the aloe vera in the fridge. So yeah, that is for step 3. Another thing I love to do for aftercare as well is this thing. This is a pseudo cream, and if you don't know what pseudo cream is, I don't know either, but I do know that I use this so much. I found this on TikTok, so people were talking about using this pseudo cream on the face because it kind of gives you amazing skin in the morning. They just lather their skin with pseudo cream. I tried that, and to me it doesn't work. Like, it just didn't work for my skin type. Maybe it does for someone else. But while I had it, I tried to use it for other things because I noticed that it's very drying. So I used it on any like itchy parts or any like red bumps. It takes them away so nicely because it's perfect for soothing irritation. I think this is for babies, so like people put this on like babies' bottoms when they wear diapers and then they get a rash. They put this, and it's so good. So I love it after I'm like waxing, shaving, whatever. If I get those like little red razor bumps, this thing will remove them. And this is because it has zinc, I still don't know how to pronounce it right, zinc oxide, but basically what it does, it soothes any sort of irritation, so it's amazing. Also, another thing it does is like when you apply it, when your skin absorbs it, it kind of creates like a shield, like a barrier between your armpit and the clothes that you're wearing, because that way, like if you're wearing clothes and it rubs really onto your armpit, it kind of makes you, red and like itchy. This is like the shield that's in between, so it stops that irritation from the skin. Amazing. How I like to apply it is I take a little bit and then I apply it or rub it in after the shower, and by tomorrow it's a smooth baby skin. Also, I found it really good for ingrown hair, so if you're using razor, you might want to include this because it's going to stop the ingrown hair. Not stop them altogether, but it's going to really help with having less ingrown hair. Okay, we're moving on to the tip number 4, which is moisture and odor protection. So for this, I have 2 tips actually. I have first one, which I feel like people are getting annoyed by me recommending coconut oil so much, but coconut oil, when I feel like my armpits really need that care, to put a bit of coconut oil on my armpits, and then by the morning it's smooth and nice and soft. Because your skin is generally dry there from the waxing, from the shaving and everything. Using or even the deodorant, your skin is very dry, so you still want it to keep that moisture, and coconut oil is amazing for locking in the moisture, so it's really gonna keep your skin very nice and smooth while also being soft. Also, what it does, it also soothes irritation. So not only does it make your skin softer, but it's also gonna soothe if you just, shaved and you didn't apply pseudo cream, but you applied the coconut oil. It's gonna do not the same thing, but it's gonna help with soothing that redness and that irritation as well. It also fights bacteria, and also if you're very consistent with moisturizing that area, over time the discoloration is gonna be lower and lower, so it does fight discoloration as well. So next up is deodorant, and we all know how important deodorant is. Here's the thing. Most of this like regular drugstore deodorant are really bad for you because they penetrate into your skin and they are blocking the sweat glands from producing any sweat. That is the point of them. I'm not saying that they don't work, they do work, but they're very harmful. So when I discovered this, where's the other one? I have 3 or 4. I bought like a lot, but these things I need to show you because they are my holy grail when it comes to this. Look at this. They're hard. Did I just scramble this one? I'm an idiot. This is how they look. They're crystals. They're like crystal deodorant sticks, and they really are crystal. Like you don't feel anything. They're not like wet or anything. You need to activate them with water. How amazing is that? I want to say is that this is so much more healthy for you because this contains something that's called ammonium alum. And what this is, it's basically a mineral. So this is a mineral. As you can see, it's a sea salt crystal. So this is a natural mineral salt. So it's generally much safer to use than regular deodorant like this. don't get me wrong, I used most of this, but because I didn't know about this, so now I just use this. Like, I have not touched this. So this is a natural mineral salt, and the cool thing about it is it has very little, so I'm not gonna say it has no, but it has very little aluminium. Aluminium is really bad for you. This thing has a lot of aluminium on the other hand. The difference between these two is that this one is meant to, when you put it on, it penetrates deep into your skin and your skin absorbs it in a way. And then it acts as a blockator, so it blocks the production of sweat from your sweat glands. It does the job, like I said. You don't sweat, you don't smell, but it's bad for you. This does not penetrate into your skin, so your skin doesn't absorb this because these minerals are very big, so your skin cannot absorb them. They rather sit on top of your skin, so like they create this like protective layer over your armpit. This is what stops the smell and the sweat and everything, but your skin doesn't really absorb it. It just sits over there, so like when you shower, you take it off. How amazing is that? I tested it. I'm like 24 hour protection. Like until I showered, I smell nice. So how do you use this? You actually activate it with water, like it says, like after shower. This one is coconut, and then this one is aloe vera. I love both of them. So after I shower, I walk out, my armpits are still a bit damp. That is when this stuff works. So like on damp armpits, I just go in and then it just turns very smooth. You feel like there is something on the crystal, but it's not, it's just crystal and like crystal salt. So you kind of slather it on, and then that's when the layer kind of forms. You dab this, I like to wash it, honestly. I don't know, I'm a bit skeptical, but I like to wash it, dry it, and then store it until I use it next time. It's amazing. I'm gonna try to find, like I said, I got this in Thailand. I got this in Thailand at a very like a local store, so I don't know if this is available online, but I will try to find it and link it because I cannot stop yapping about it because I just love it so much. So those are most of my tips that I have for nice, clean, smooth, bright underarms. To go a step further, like if you're not using glycolic acid, if you don't want to go through all this hassle, I know that potato is really good for brightening dark spots. So what you can do is just take a potato and rub it into your armpits, leave it to work, and that should usually kind of lighten the color of your armpits as well, so they're not as dark. So yeah, I know armpits are not that big of a deal. Honestly, you shouldn't really obsess over them, but I just feel like, I don't know, I usually love to wear, as you can see, tops, so I don't really have, I don't really cover my armpits anytime, so I really like to have nice armpits. So if you're like me, if this is your weird little obsession, you're welcome. Yeah, I struggled, so you don't have to. Yeah, they're just one of those little things that just add that extra step of, you know, feeling elevated and feeling very, you know, confident. So yeah, I hope you liked it. I don't know if it was a bit of a strange topic. I did get like a comment asking me to do a video on this, so I don't know if it's that strange of a topic. So if you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe. 10,000 new people here. Mind-blowing. Like, hi everyone, welcome. I did not even greet you. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day wherever you are in the world, and I wish to see you in the next video. Bye.